A cool pocket rocket from General Motors, a car Mitsubishi would like to bring to North America, and why a super electric car has gone back to gasoline. I'm Rick Walker, all that and more coming up right here on the SST Car Show. SST is brought to you by Stark Auto Sales, home of the ultimate worldwide scratch and dent car sale. Hey friends, I'm Rick Walker. Welcome to another edition of the SST Car Show. We have a lot of really cool stuff lined up for you today. If you like Volkswagens, we have a concept car from Volkswagen that you're going to love. We also are going to show you a car from Mitsubishi that company would like to bring to North America. But first, here's a look at a car that General Motors has already brought to market. It's a small car, but boy, I'll tell you, it's like a little pocket rocket. Here's a look at the all-new Chevy Sonic in conversation now with Chuck Novak from General Motors at the Ottawa-Gatineau International Auto Show. One of the cars that really made an impact or an impression on us this year is this vehicle beside us, this Chevy Sonic. What have you done with this car that makes it so fast, so nimble, and make it handle so well?
Well, Rick, first of all, thanks very much for the accolade, and we really appreciate your guys' interest in the car because it is a bit of a pocket rocket. Sonic is it's quite a versatile vehicle for us. It ranges everywhere from being a daily commuter to a, as I say, pocket rocket like this vehicle is here. We put a 1.4-liter turbo engine in this vehicle. The RS edition's got a lowered and it's got a stiffer chassis on it, so the handling characteristics are very dynamic compared to the standard Sonic. We've also put a different seating arrangement in it. You look at the seats, you've got the RS-specific seats in this vehicle. You feel like when you're driving this car, you're driving a real sports car. You look at the interior of the vehicle, you got that cockpit inspiration behind it, that bit of a motorcycle feel when you look at the instrumentation. All says that this car is all about performance. The other thing about the Sonic, though, I think it's very important, probably even more so than what's under the hood, is what the car can do inside for people. One of the things that we love about the fact that Sonic's got available and what it does have in it is the connectivity to people's cell phones. You want to talk to Siri on your Sonic, you can do it. You don't have to touch your cell phone. It stays in your pocket where everybody wants it to stay, but you can have that full functionality of your smartphone through the Sonic itself. So we recognize these are the sorts of things people are looking for in their cars today. It's not so much popping the hood anymore. It's what people want to see what's behind that 7-inch screen that's on the dash. So that's the sort of things that we're trying to build into our vehicles today. I think make them more purposeful, make them more useful, and more connected into people's lives. So
this is a car really that can do a lot of things for a lot of different people because the platform is so versatile. You can come in, get into a car like this for what, around $14,500?
That's correct. We start around $14,000 for a sedan, and that's the other thing about Sonic. If you want a four-door sedan, we can get that for you. If you want the versatility of a hatch, we've got that as well. So you're starting around $14,000 for a sedan, and you start around $15,000 for a hatch. And as I say, it's a range of vehicles that you can go from a daily commuter all the way up to a real sporty version. This RS is around $25,000 now. So.
And you're building a lot of, or incorporating a lot of luxury into the car as you move up the options ladder.
Oh, absolutely. And even if you sit in our base cars, quote unquote base cars, I think you'll find that the tactile, the feel to the dashboards, the plastics in the vehicle, just the feel of the steering wheel, the shifter knob. We're putting a lot of attention to detail in this now, just the way things feel to people. No longer getting that feeling like this is an economy car. This is a small car with a purpose. It doesn't mean you have to forego a feeling of that I'm in a quality vehicle. And we're putting a lot of attention to our interiors, the things that people don't necessarily pick up right away, but they do pick up on it subconsciously, and it says, hey, this vehicle is a quality vehicle. It feels good. It feels a bit like a luxury vehicle. You don't have to, you have to apologize for the fact that you're driving a subcompact car anymore. You've got everything you need because people are looking for smaller vehicles with all the luxury amenities they expect to see in the past in larger vehicles. We need smaller vehicles for our daily commutes and for our daily lives and just for fuel efficiency.
And in fact, I can tell you that when we were test driving this car, the response that I got from people was surprising because they didn't look at us like oh, you're driving an economy car. It was sort of like, hey, that's a cool car. That's a cool little car. But I think they almost look at you like you're now responsible for driving something that is a little bit smaller and more fuel efficient.
Well, thanks, Rick, for saying that. And that's a great word. Responsible is a great word because in many people's cases, this is all we need for transportation. But you don't want to forego those things that you want to have and you've had in bigger cars in the past. Those, like I said, those luxury items, those luxury options, you'll find them all in this vehicle. So I appreciate the fact that you picked up on that. And, we're making that kind of connection with people. And I think people are coming to realize that when they test drive one of these vehicles, they're fun to drive, they're purposeful, as I said, they connect with their lives, and they can have a great time. And it's to be non-apologetic for driving a small car, because let's face it, that's what most of us really all we need to drive. So.
All right. And just a final note, this thing inside, very quiet. It will really surprise you. You would swear you're in a bigger car. And that's because of the build quality. There are no rattles, and they put a lot of soundproofing into this vehicle. So check it out. Go for a test drive. This thing, it'll surprise you. Thank you very much, Chuck, for joining us on the program.
Thank you.
And now, before we take you to commercial break, here are some highlights from this year's SEMA Auto Show in Las Vegas. Don't go away. Still ahead, a concept car from Volkswagen that'll blow you away.
I'm Wonder Woman, and don't go away. There's more SST coming right up.
Turn back the hands of time with antique Chevrolet parts. Since 1971, we've been sourcing parts from around the world to help you restore and maintain antique Chevs. Nose to tail fins, we have your parts. Call us toll free at 1-866-767-2787. Get help from a real person or go to antiquechev.com. Download a catalog, order online, delivered to your front door. Antique Chev, helping you turn back the hands of time.
Stark Auto Sales. Thousands of cars, trucks, motorcycles, even ATVs auctioned off twice a month. Yeah! Bid in person, bid online from anywhere in the world. Stark liquidates insurance claim cars after collisions or theft recoveries. Buy them and fix them, buy them for parts, or buy a damage-free dream ride. Buy where the dealers buy and save. 119 Union Street, Toronto. Visit starkautosales.com to register, view cars, and bid. Hey friends, welcome back to the SST Car Show. We take you now to Detroit, Michigan, the Motor City, and the North American International Auto Show. That's where our own Maggie Yule connected with Michael Horn from Volkswagen of America, who took some time to kind of show her around a concept car that they call the VW Dune. The Volkswagen Dune is a concept car. It looks like a Beetle, but it's a whole lot more. VW officials describe it as a Baja bug for the 21st century.
It looks like a Beetle, but it's not a Beetle. What is it?
Well, it's a Beetle concept for younger, very active customers who like an active lifestyle, and in principle it goes without saying who like skiing as well.
The Dune puts style at the forefront. This display model was done up in Arizona brown metallic paint. It would look at home in the desert or at any ski resort. There is more to this car than style, though. This concept vehicle was built to perform with a turbocharged 210 horsepower engine that comes from the Volkswagen R series and a suspension that raises the car, giving it an extra 2 inches of ground clearance over a regular Beetle.
2-liter turbocharged TSI engine, 210 horsepower. It has a special color which we just did for this show. Has a brand new interior. Also the interior color is fully new, and I think that it has been hired in height and 19-inch wheels.
A 6-speed automatic transmission puts the power to the pavement, and that's where this vehicle should stay. It looks like it could be fun in the mud, but even with the higher ground clearance, it really isn't an off-road vehicle. The Beetle is one of the most successful vehicles in history. Volkswagen has sold millions, and yet, as common as they are, they're still unique somehow. The Dune takes that common yet distinct Beetle style and turns it into something that will turn heads.
Is it appealing to his particular kind of lifestyle?
Yes, I think very, active people who enjoy an active lifestyle, who want to see something different. Also for older Beetle customers who'd like to change their car. And technology-driven people, because if you look at the rear spoiler and how he dismantles and comes back again, it's like a Batmobile.
Will VW produce this car? Company officials are gauging public reaction. And if people ask for it, you might just see it in showrooms. And now here's a look at a mighty Mopar. They call it the Green Machine. At least we call it the Green Machine. We found this one at the Sema Auto Show in Las Vegas, Nevada. And now a quick look back at this year's Fleetwood Country Cruis-in, the biggest outdoor car show in all of Canada, with our own Elena Walker.
Welcome to Canada's largest car show, the Fleetwood Country Cruis-in. This event raises money for over 30 different charities. Muscle cars, classics, this show has it all. Over 3,000 cars pack the show field every year. This show started about a decade ago with a case of Coke and a few friends. Steve Plunkett, one of Canada's best-known car guys, hosts this event on his estate every year. Every year they have a theme. This year they're paying tribute to Mustangs. This event attracts a huge crowd. Almost 30,000 people visit this event every year.
Don't go away. When we come back, we're going to show you an electric car that failed and has now been turned into a gasoline-powered supercar.
Don't go away. There's more SST coming right up.
Turn back the hands of time with antique Chevrolet parts. Since 1971, we've been sourcing parts from around the world to help you restore and maintain antique Chevs. Nose to tail fins, we have your parts. Call us toll free at 1-866-767-2787. Get help from a real person or go to antiquechev.com. Download a catalog, order online, delivered to your front door. Antique Chev, helping you turn back the hands of time.
Stark Auto Sales. Thousands of cars, trucks, motorcycles, even ATVs auctioned off twice a month. Yeah! Bid in person, bid online from anywhere in the world. Stark liquidates insurance claim cars after collisions or theft recoveries. Buy them and fix them, buy them for parts, or buy a damage-free dream ride. Buy where the dealers buy and save. 119 Union Street, Toronto. Visit starkautosales.com to register, view cars, and bid. Hey friends, welcome back to the SST Car Show. If you're a big fan of electric cars, this next story might not sit well with you. You're not going to like what we have to tell you. You may remember the Fisker. It was a car that was riding the electric car, hybrid car wave. It was an expensive vehicle, very exclusive. Well, that company went bankrupt. Now, the pieces are being picked up, and there's a new vehicle that is sort of emerging from the ashes. It's called the Destino. It's very expensive, and really what it is it's all the Fiskers that are being converted into gasoline-powered supercars. Check this out. If this VL Destino looks familiar, it's probably because you've seen it before as a hybrid Fisker Karma. Fisker, of course, has gone belly up, leaving behind a stockpile of these beautifully designed cars. Now, former General Motors chairman Bob Lutz is heading up a company called VL, and they've converted 25 high-performance hybrid Fisker Karmas into VL Destinos, powered by either a direct-injected 450-horsepower Corvette V8 or a 638-horsepower V8 from General Motors with twin superchargers. The price has gone up. The Karma sold for about $120,000. The VL Destino is being sold for $200,000. Lutz says the cars are silky smooth to drive and have been fitted with extra soundproofing. They have also been refitted with different front grills and a few other superficial body enhancements. That's why the Destino may not be instantly recognizable as a former Fisker Karma. The Karmas were problem cars. They had leaky batteries and were expensive to fix. Those who bought them will now have trouble getting parts to fix them. That's the beauty of the Destino. With a GM powertrain, you will always be able to get a Destino serviced, even if VL goes out of business. For those who own Fisker Karmas, VL will convert your car for $100,000. The conversion of the 25 Fisker Karmas that are being sold on the market is just the beginning for VL. Lutz and his company plan to convert more vehicles from the stockpile of old Fiskers in the months and possibly years ahead. High-performance Fisker hybrids converted into high-performance gasoline-powered luxury muscle machines. It's an ironic ending for Fisker, a company that was once seen as a company on the cutting edge of an electric vehicle revolution. Mitsubishi is trying to make new inroads into the North American auto market with more affordable cars. A car they would like to bring to market is called the Mirage. They were sort of testing the waters at the Canadian International Auto Show with a Mirage display. John Arnone from Mitsubishi Canada spoke with our own Amanda Lee at the auto show.
My name is John Arnone. I'm with Mitsubishi Motor Sales of Canada.
John, we haven't seen this car on the streets in Canada. What exactly is it?
Well, there's a good reason why you haven't seen it. It's not currently for sale. So what we're doing, Mitsubishi is small and nimble enough in Canada. We're actually Canada's youngest car company. We're only 12 years old. We can do things a little differently. So what we've chosen to do is to bring a car in from the Philippines. It's called the Mirage G4. And what we're attempting to do is to get public input, to get showgoers here in Toronto and elsewhere in Canada to give us their feedback. What do they think of a sedan version of the Mirage hatchback, which is currently on sale? Do they like it? Is the styling okay? Does the color work for them? Spaciousness? So we're going to ask those questions. We hope to get hundreds of responses. And in the end, it will help to guide Mitsubishi to make a decision about whether or not the Mirage G4 will or will not be on the streets of Canada.
Is this a decision that would affect the U.S. market as well?
It's a great question. And it's a great question because it's not often that Canada leads on marketing decisions like this, but in this case we are kind of taking the first step towards the potential marketing of the new G4. We understand that our US sister company is studying the Mitsubishi Mirage G4 for potential sale in the US as well, but our role is to be more active in the marketplace to get that kind of feedback so we understand pretty much what the pulse of the nation is.
Who would this vehicle appeal to?
So we have some knowledge of the market segment for subcompact cars by currently selling the Mirage hatchback. Now that's over in the corner there. If you can get to it, it's a great little car to have a look at. So the Mirage hatchback, so what we've learned is that it's actually not what you think. So it's not really young people. It's folks in their 30s and folks in their 50s. So it appeals to men and women who are out of school, who've been out of school for a while, are on their first or second jobs, are in their early 30s. And then it also goes to the other end of the spectrum, men and women who are empty nesting, kids are out of the house, and maybe they're contemplating the last car before retirement. And so fuel efficiency, price, and a good 10-year powertrain warranty are very impressive credentials for folks in that demographic, and they're buying Mirages from Mitsubishi.
So is it an economy car or a family car, or is it both?
Yeah, it's all of those things. So the Mirage will sell to Canadians based on three factors. A 10-year powertrain warranty, no one else has that. So protection and peace of mind. Fuel economy, 64 miles to gallon, or to put it in metric terms, 4.4 liters per 100 kilometers. And lastly, price. The starting price for the Mirage, the hatchback, is $12,498. So what you've got are three key selling points, and they will resonate with the Mirage G4 if and when we decide to market this car in Canada.
How many do you expect to sell?
So it's Mitsubishi's first foray in the subcompact segment. We haven't been there before. You remember, it's Canada's youngest car company, 12 years in the marketplace. We're looking at sustainable growth markets, and the subcompact segment is good for 100,000 vehicles a year in Canada. That's a significant market. So what we're learning is that at our current share of market, which is about 1.3%, even if you extrapolate those numbers, we're looking at something in the area of 1,300 to 2,000 sales. That's conservative. We know the segment is large enough that we have potential for growth. And I said earlier that we're only in this business to look at sustainable, long-term market segments that keep us, keep our robust business plan in play in Canada for the time that we're here.
Well, everybody, thanks for taking the time to join us today, but we are out of time. So until next time, I'm Rick Walker reminding you, when you can't get to the car show, we will bring the car show to you online at streetsporttv.com.
Maverick Multimedia production.